podcast with I.T.S.H Productions. I have a niece that has read all of the, I'm going to call them Dragon Prophecy books. I don't actually know what they're called. Sorry in advance to everybody, because in the future I may be a whiz at this like I would be at Harry Potter, because that's the books I was raised with. So this is the deal. I am going to be attempting to read these books. I've had the very first book in my possession since the end of August, and it is September 26, 2023. I've seen full-fledged adults making videos about their book reviews and their thoughts on what's going to happen next. I'm not doing what they're doing. What I'm doing is holding myself accountable, being able to get through these books. I don't want to sound like they're not good or anything like that. It's just I'm having a real difficulty. I had the book loaned out to me twice by the library, still couldn't get past the epilogue, which for those that don't know, it's the first page. I tried to get past it. I just couldn't, because the very front of the book describes the dragons before you even know who they are. And I kept looking at the picture of the author in the back of the book to see that she and I, where it's not like it's an old man, you know, it's not like it's a very wise looking older woman. Not that she's not wise, but at the same time, we look like we're in the same age range, same commonalities. And I was like, I guess, you know, it's like if I were to write the book. So it's not like far-fetched understanding. Maybe I can understand where she's coming from, her creativity, something. I think I'm one of those people that when I first started reading the Harry Potter books, I started and I got halfway through it, and then the movie came out and I watched the movie. So when I went back, I was able to read it and understand what a Hermione was. Because I didn't know what a Hermione was. I was like, what is this? I didn't understand. I couldn't say, oh, Hermione did this. I didn't know what Hermione was. And when you Google it, you're not going to find what a Hermione is, because that's her name, you know? Or Snape and Slytherin and all these words. I did not know what? So that's my issue with reading. Always read above my age range and had a higher comprehension level of what I was reading, like what the words meant, but I couldn't put them together. Long short of it is there is no movie, and I'm going to have to fight my way through this. And because I couldn't get past the first page, and I have OCD, and the thought of messing up how to read this book was weighing on me so hard that I couldn't get past the first page, I decided to start the audiobook. At this point, I think I'm 5% into the book. I think we're still in the first chapter or two. I'm not even sure. But so far, I know that there are dragons. Spoilers. There's going to be spoilers as I try to explain this to myself and everybody else to make sure they understand this. And if anybody wants to in the comments, try to help me understand this until I finally get my mind wrapped around what's going on. There's queens that are dragons, I'm guessing, and they're from different tribes, if you will. I don't know if they have a different term. The mud ones, the sky, wind, water, earth, fire, I don't know. I know there's earth ones, clay. I got that, easy peasy. I'm guessing the mud wing. Yeah, now I feel like my niece, because she's always talking about the dragons. But I think the mud wing is the one that tried to beat up all his little dragon baby friends, which I know they have a term for what they're called, and you're going to say it in the comments, even though I already know what they're called. I just think it's a silly word, so I don't even want to say it. So these little dragon babies, I guess he was vicious, and he's such a little puddle of mud when it comes to little Goober that he's just a little goofy. And I'm like, I'm so sweet and nice and innocent, and I can't beat up anybody, and I don't have any fire in me. You know, so it's like, at this point, I see his description coming together. So I know there's a dragon. That's probably going to be the most badass dragon. This is not made for kids, by the way. One of the most badass dragons is probably, once he finds his inner flame, or whatever you want to call it, his little roar from within, that he had when he was itty bitty, when he tried to beat up all the other ones. But at this point, I really don't understand much else other than there's a training dragon that's trying to get him to bring out his inner rawr, and his his little siblings from different tribes or whatever, the other eggs that hatched, obviously. At least one of them, I don't even remember which one, is nicer to him, easier to spar with, and yeah, that's all I'm getting so far. That may be all there is, but there's so many words being used and so many descriptors that I'm like, there's something I've got to be missing that I'm just not picking up. Like the actual storyline, like there's obviously a prophecy, and there was a prophecy in Harry Potter, you know? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. One queen's gonna die, the next one's gonna live, something about somebody's gonna raise fries from something. I don't know. There was the whole thing in the spiel in the beginning, the little poem. So this is all I've got so far. I'm going to, obviously I drive for a living. I'm gonna take this time to actually listen to the audiobook. So wish me luck. It is currently 1:20 p.m. the 28th. I was totally wrong. It's September 28th, 2023. And it's overcast, so it's nice, and I'm not getting sunburned, even though this is the first day I put sunscreen on my window arm. It's like June or July. But you know, actually the UV is worse when it's overcast. FYI. The more you know. You learned something today. Okay, bye.